What's up everyone, it's day 12 in the BB27 house and personalities are starting to clash. Big Brother legends have returned to the game and the veto competition that will change the game moving forward. We have got so much to talk about, so welcome to your live feed update. Right before we get started, if you are new around here, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. I know it's very overwhelming keeping up with everything Big Brother because it sometimes feels like even if you go and make a coffee or just disappear for 10 minutes, then you come back and then the game has changed. I'm not going to let that happen to you as long as you subscribe. I'll be here every single day delivering you all the information that you need to know in the 24-hour news cycle of Big Brother so that you can be a Big Brother expert and know everything that's going on in the house, from alliances to strategies to voting plans, you name it. I'll have it right here for you. So hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button. That one really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm as a smaller content creator. Just clicking that like button, it takes all of 0.2 seconds to do so, and I can't tell you how much it'll make my day. So that's two things there: subscribe, like. Let's get to the update. Question of the day now, folks, and this one's up to you. Do you think that Big Brother legend Rachel Riley can win the game again? Is this going to be it? Is season 27 going to be the time where Rachel Riley becomes the two-time winner of Big Brother? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright gang, day 12, and let me tell you, it's a juicy one, so sit yourselves down. Take a seat. No, all you gotta do is repeat after me. Nope, we're not doing the Jackson 5, not right now. That was very tempting, but here we go. Day 12 saw a lot. And the beginning of the day saw a conversation between Riley and Vince. Riley decided to confide in Vince and said that, I think Catherine might be into me too, because Riley is into Catherine. He definitely feels some type of way about her, and I think he wants to get the cogs turning. And he has confided in Vince that he thinks Catherine feels the same. Do I think that's the case? I don't know. We could talk all day till the cows come home about that. Maybe there's something there. I also get the feeling that Catherine might be into some other people in the house, but that's all just speculation. But Vince was encouraging it. He was stoking the flames and saying, yeah, this is awesome. This is great. I don't really think that was any kind of strategy on his part. I did love the segment in the show the other day where we saw that Rachel trying to put together showmancers is a strategy. She's not just being lovemaker. It actually helps people distract themselves from the game. We've seen people simp over folks that they have known for 4 hours, and then they completely tank their game for somebody that they have known for 4 weeks, and then they never speak to again 4 days after the show. I hate to say it, but sometimes reality needs to slap you in the face when it comes to a showmance, because the thing is, showmances can be successful and they can lead to a life of happiness outside the game. We've seen so many people on Big Brother get, really, they find happiness throughout love in the game. But for me, showmances are always going to be a part of Big Brother, for worse or for better. But if it gets in the way of the game, naughty, no. I don't like that on a game level. I will criticize that till the cows come home. Here's a fun fact for y'all. Did you all know that Big Brother has actually produced more long-lasting couples than any other reality TV show in the world? All these dating shows now in the year of 2025, we've got Love Island, we've got Too Hot to Handle, Love is Blind, The Bachelor, yada yada, story goes on and on and on, and these shows are manufactured for love. Big Brother has created more long-lasting marriages and children than any of these shows have ever done. And I feel like that just says so much about the show, about how real it is and how these connections are so raw and important in this house. Probably more so than any other TV show. Because also, it's not just a flash in the pan thing. If you are there for the long run, it's a long time you're in that house. And it's life times by 100, If you go on a date with somebody in real life, you go to the cinemas together maybe on week 1, then you go for a meal on week 2, and then maybe on week 3 you start to maybe talk about things going to the next level. And again, this is just one set of things. People are all over the place with dating, and but Big Brother, it's like you make that emotional connection with somebody where you are in a house where you are completely isolated from your family and friends and have nobody really to rely on. And then if you find that person, you cling on to him. And that's why the showmances can get so intense and actually end up lasting forever, because the relationship foundation is trial by fire. And if you can make it through Big Brother, you can make it through anything. If you've been watching me recently, you'll know that I have been very, very aware of Morgan's game, and I have also been praising it a lot. And not just that, but her future in the game. To me, I look at Morgan and I see a Big Brother legend in the making. And I don't think I'm the only one who thinks that. Is anybody else out there feeling like that? Because I want to know if anybody else is thinking it. But to me, she reminds me of Vanessa Russo. I've talked about that every single day so far, and I want to keep hammering that home. Vanessa is a Big Brother legend. She was the strategist of season 17, and she is somebody who I think so many people want to see return to the game. And she was a poker player. She knows strategy, all that kind of stuff. Morgan, of course, isn't a poker player, but she is a gamer. And what do you need to do in Big Brother to win? Game. She might not have seen these shows before, but she knows that she's been signed up for a game, and that what do you do in a game? You play it. And that to me is just, it's crazy sometimes that feels like the bare minimum, you know, that the bar is that low, but she's actually gaming hard. She has had a little bit of a tough morning, and she spent quite a lot of the morning on the exercise bike, and it was almost like watching a 80s, do you know when they do an 80s movie and they have the training montage, think Rocky going up the steps, or, you know, Daniel LaRusso training with Mr. Miyagi. That's the kind of vibe it was. But she was pumping herself up, you know, and she was pedaling on the exercise bike and saying, you got this, I believe in you, no matter what happens, it's all going to work out okay. And it was really cool to see. She's got strength in that mind. It's not easy to get through a game of Big Brother, you know. Already within the first couple of weeks, we've seen people's brains completely crack all over the house, and their social games might not ever be able to recover from it. Kelly, sorry, I got something stuck in my throat there. Jeez. God, I should probably get that checked out. Yeah, I think Morgan is more than strong enough to make it through this game, and seeing her pump herself up got me hype. I was looking at this like, you know, like, you're the best around. I was just like, go Morgan. She's taken a couple of hits. She confessed to Zach, you know, the night before about how she might have feelings for him, and it was a little bit awkward, and she's struggling. She's struggling a little bit, but she's not giving up. And that's what it takes. And also, I view a player in much more high regard when they've got grit. And I'm telling you, that girl, she's got grit. Alright folks, this is my favourite update of the day. It's time to talk about the veto competition. Jimmy is the HOH, automatically plays in the veto competition, and his 3 nominees, Kelly, Keanu and Adrian, automatically get to play too. Now, the 2 other players, this is where it gets really, really interesting. The first player to join them in the veto competition is Ava. And the 6th person to join them in the veto competition is Big Brother 20 house guest and winner Casey Clark. And I know what everyone's thinking right now. What's Casey doing in the house? Keanu has officially used his power, and he has used it to use Casey to come into the game and play in the veto competition for him. So I've been theorising for the past few days that maybe they'll slash his time in half to give him the double chance of winning the veto. No, none of that, folks. They've brought in Casey, who is a well-known comp beast and a very strong Big Brother winner. She has came in to compete on Keanu's behalf. So honestly, very well done of Keanu to use the power this week. He is the target. He 100% should have used this no matter what, and he did. Guess who won the veto, folks? A massive congratulations to Casey for winning the power of veto. That's an update I didn't think I'd be doing today. Casey of Big Brother, the winner of Big Brother 20, Casey has won the power of veto for Keanu. So she doesn't get to decide who uses it. She's got the veto, and Keanu has successfully used his power. Well, damn, congratulations. I nearly said a curse word, but I can't say that because I don't want to get demonetized. But congratulations, Keanu and Casey. What a player. It also sounds like Big Brother 25 house guest Felicia was also at the veto competition in some regard. I'm trying to piece together all the things here, you know, just from some of the stuff the house guest said. Kelly was talking about how Felicia apparently called her creepy. This is where it gets worse, though. Kelly was like, I don't even know who Felicia is. And Rachel was like, you don't know Felicia? Like, come on, that's Mama Fee. I mean, Mama Fee, she was one of my favourites on 25. 25, in my opinion, one of the worst seasons of all time. Each to their own. But Cerie and Mama Fee were the ones who I latched onto the most. And I'm so glad that Mama Fee will be in a future episode. I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm giddy. That's the word. I'm giddy to see Mama Fee again. And her calling Kelly creepy is so unprovoked and so funny. But Mama Fee plus Casey, I'm wondering if Big Brother's got some more tricks up their sleeve for this season to bring more All-Stars in the house. Because I'll let y'all in on something. All-Stars 2, Big Brother 22, was meant to have Casey and Rachel and somebody else on the cast. I feel like Big Brother is paying off their debts right now by letting these people who didn't get onto All-Stars 2 have a little bit of limelight, maybe before All-Stars 3 or something like that, because I also think All-Stars 3 will probably be Big Brother 30 if we get there, and I hope that is the case, and I think it will. Don't want to jinx it, though. Not that I'm neurotic about Big Brother or anything like that. Totally just a casual fan. But yeah, Mama Fee, of course, is back, but Casey, Rachel, and Josh was also the other person who was meant to be on All-Stars 2. So do not be surprised if Josh shows up in some capacity, especially if I'm going off this theory that they're paying off the Big Brother debts for the people who didn't make it into the All-Stars 2 house. Exciting news! I've got a brand new Patreon, folks, and you can become a patron on TV Talks with Tom. By clicking the link in the description below, you will be directed to 3 different tiers. We've got Power of Veto, Head of Household, and Blindside Butterbeans. Each tier has their own perks, and you can join the Discord on every single one of those perks. We've got such a lovely community of people who talk about the feeds all day long, and people who love the game. We talk about our old favourite seasons, and just general chat. You know, you can make friends in there, and with the feeds taking away the chat feature this year, you know, now's the option, folks, to come on in and join the wonderful community we're building. Also, this week I will be going back to Big Brother 2, starting a brand new patron-only series where we watch the game from the start. That's right, going back all the way to the beginning with Monica and Bunky and Dr. Will and Nicole and Hardy and all those wonderful characters that created this game. So if you want in on that action, make sure you join the Patreon by clicking the link in the description below. Now, with Keanu as the target, Jimmy's HOH has been completely derailed. He will pull himself off the block at the veto ceremony, and Jimmy will have to name a replacement nominee, but who is that going to be? Here we go. So his current plan is Amy as the person to go up on the block. Kelly has already stated that she plans on using her power, which will give her a shot at a solo competition to win the power of veto, which means that she's only going to have to compete against herself to win. Now, it seems like a shoo-in she would win, but once again I'll remind you all of Caitlin from Big Brother 20, who couldn't put together a 4-piece puzzle. Could Kelly have a situation like that? It's very possible, but all I can keep thinking of is just that flashback of the mascara dripping down Caitlin's face as she struggled to put together a puzzle. Sorry, I need a second. Composed. In the event Kelly doesn't pull a Caitlin, she will also have a power of veto and will be able to pull herself off the block. Jimmy is already thinking ahead of thinking who would be the 5th person he would have to nominate. That's insane, that coming out of my mouth. I talked about it yesterday and it's starting to come into fruition. Because Keanu won the first one, if Kelly wins hers, then he will have to name a 5th nominee alongside Amy, and he has already discussed it being Will. Now, on a personal level, I don't like that because I love Will. I think he's great. He's one of my favourites. And also, I'm going to absolutely rip into Jimmy right now. The man doesn't have a backbone. I've been high on him since the game has started in terms of the entertainment value he brings. I don't doubt that for a second. But he comes in swinging, saying that he wants to get one of the males or the bros out, one of the big jocks. Who does he think he is, trying to make out as if he's this big gamer and somebody who's got a backbone in this game and is going to take big swings to take a bro out. And then he puts Kelly on the block. He puts Adrian on the block. He puts Keanu, public enemy number 1, on the block. Okay, maybe there's a backdoor situation. No. He puts Amy, the person who he said is an easy win if you get to the final 2 on the block. He puts her up. And then he plans on putting Will up. Will, the nice older guy who hasn't done anything wrong to anyone. Socially it makes sense, but, you know, Will's not going to target Jimmy. And lest we forget, let's go back to what happened about taking a bro or a big guy out. Absolute bollocks. And I say that with my British accent strongly. What a crock of bollocks. Don't want to get demonetized. I am so disappointed in him. So disappointed in him. If there's one thing I can't stand in Big Brother, it's people who talk a big game and try to make out as if they are, you know, these people of, you know, integrity, or it might be those people who try to be say I'm such an integral player, and then do the opposite. Or if it's, you know, people who don't stand on business. That's what gets to me. Jimmy needs to get a backbone, because right now he's coming across like he's got a spine like a jellyfish. Trash play, not impressive play, absolutely no respect. What's he gonna do? Get to the end and say that he got all the people, all the weak competition people out, and also trash talk people along the way in all these nomination ceremonies and veto ceremonies? I feel like he's trying too hard to come across well to the viewers and not actually playing the game. But luckily, I think all of us are starting to see through it. Spineless. Now, an unexpected alliance that is potentially on the rise is Kelly and Rachel. Now, while with those two I have to take everything with a grain of salt, it seems like they actually have found some common ground and have started to talk to one another about working together. I don't want to jump in right now and be like, okay, that's final 2, or this is going to go all the way, because guess what? It's the two of the arguably biggest bulls in the house, and therefore right now I'm like, I don't know, because they could have a screaming match tomorrow for all I know. Listen, if Kelly's involved, I'm already skeptical. And then Rachel's going to say what Rachel has to say to make it further in the game, which is why it's hard for me to tell. I feel like Rachel's real tightest ally, of course, is Amy, but I feel like she needs to distance herself and focus on making some more connections. And that's not to say Rachel is completely swamped, because a lot of returnees could come in here and couldn't even get in, like they couldn't even get their legs in to even start, you know, getting the cogs turning on the machine. But Rachel actually seems to get along with the majority of this house. It was perfect for her that Zay was the first boot. Like, ideal world for Rachel, she got the ideal world in week 1. She was set up for success after that. If she had won HOH, she'd be off to the races right now. But it's another story. But guess what? Her name isn't coming up right now. Nobody's talking about a Rachel backdoor. See, Jimmy, if he even had the cojones for that, then maybe he'd consider putting Rachel up. But no, it's Kelly and Adrian. People the house wants. I'm not going to go back and rant again because I did that segment. But it just keeps coming into my mind about how he comes across like he's trying to stand on business, and he's, you know, trying to do all the I'm eating stuff, but the only thing he's eating is it's out of date food. That's what it is. You might as well go chug a carton of milk that the best by date was in January. I've said enough on that one. But Rachel and Kelly, who knows if that one's going to work out or it's going to blow up like a volcano, but definitely an important dynamic I wanted to bring up. Something important to note was that after the veto competition, Keanu did catch some flack for not telling people he had his power. Which I'm going to defend the hell out of Keanu here. Why the hell should he tell people he's got his power when he is public enemy number 1? It's crazy the entitlement of some of these people expecting it. Because here's the thing. I say people, it was Jimmy and Ashley who were giving him a hard time. And I just don't get it, because Jimmy is straight up lied to Keanu's face saying, I'm not putting you on the block. So why on God's green earth should Keanu tell Jimmy that he has a power and he's going to use it to defend himself. We'd be lying to ourselves if we said that Keanu's not the target this week, and that was exactly his defense. And then Ashley goes, but how did we get here? And she did make a good point there, because Keanu has been very, very messy. But I will say, though, that Ashley, she does not have any self-awareness, or she has very little, I will say. Showergate, already I was kind of thinking she doesn't have a lot of self-awareness, but I gave her the benefit of the doubt. But unfortunately, and you'll know if you've been watching feeds alongside me, that Ashley has, I feel like she doesn't really have a finger on the pulse of how she comes across to people. I think she's quite rude when she talks to people, and as a result, that's rubbing people up the wrong way. And it's crazy because I think she is throwing Keanu under the bus there, because maybe she knows deep down that if Keanu goes, then she's going to be in the same predicament there. But then she's trying to like do all this thing where she's going like messy and everything like that. And she said that. She goes messy after the argument, and like nobody says anything, and it's just really awkward. And it's like, I feel like, again, she's a little bit similar to Jimmy, where I feel like she's trying to be something for TV. And there's just something about that makes me go, ugh, I don't know. I really want to see Ashley thrive, and I want to see her get ahead in the game, but it feels like every opportunity that she has, she just shoots herself in the foot. You know, and she's still got time to salvage it, because there are still players like Keanu, like Kelly, like Jimmy growing a target on his back now. Amy's constantly being in people's mouths because she's the easy person to put on the block. Ashley has some space to be able to turn it around. But is she going to do it? I'm not really sure, because every single time she has the chance to, you know, make it a little bit deeper, I think, and I'm not the only one who thinks this, I've seen this a lot all over social media, Ashley continues to have very little self-awareness, and I just want to go, get it together, please, because you can do this. People like you on a social level when you're not doing things that aren't self-aware. You know, so she can do it. It's just a matter of, will she? With Jimmy's HOH in ruins and Keanu pulling himself off the block very, very soon, and Kelly with a potential veto to follow, it's certain that chaos is continuing to reign this season, and that's why I am absolutely thrilled. But that is everything that you guys needed to know for day 12 in the Big Brother house. If you can't tell by this update, this is a live game. This is a game where anybody can jump in and take the power, because guess what? There is a power vacuum right now, because I talked about how last week with the HOH, Vince really, really struggled to establish the game, and I think personally, when you've got a brand new game of brand new people and all these personalities are all over the place, the first HOH quite often determines the direction of the game. And Vince's lackluster first HOH, in which he wasn't very clear in who he wanted to target, or he wasn't very clear in his convictions more so, it kind of created a sloppy first HOH where there is still power up for grabs. Jimmy swoops in, and then once again Jimmy gets HOH-itis and doesn't do anything that he said he was going to do. So therefore, it's just proven time and time again with this season that the power is still up for grabs, and maybe week 3 will be the one where somebody establishes themselves as a player. But point is, I'm really enjoying it. It's unpredictable, it's messy, and this is exactly what we want as Big Brother fans. We should really all just take a moment to thank ourselves that we're not in the pits this year, or at least not now, and we actually have a live, great Big Brother game. Before we wrap things up, I'm going to do the super thanks. This is the part of the show where you guys can send in questions by sending in a super thanks. It also really, really helps me out on a personal level as well. Takes a lot of coffee to get through a Big Brother season, so you guys sending in super thanks is literally fueling me and keeping me going, so please consider leaving a super thanks in the comment section below, and you can also ask a question alongside of it and it will be answered in the next video. So first of all, we've got the wonderful Marie Conley, a long-time supporter of the channel and somebody I hold very dearly in my heart. Marie Conley, thank you so much. Marie says, thanks Tom. Thank you, Marie. I appreciate you ever so much. Have an amazing day, my love, and I'm sending all my love and hugs to you. Have an amazing one. Next up, we've got Coco Brown. Thank you so much, Coco. I appreciate you. And Coco says, hey, Tom, I love your channel's new look this season. Thank you. Honestly, I want to give another shout out again to my wonderful partner, Sam, who did this amazing graphic. It's really taken the channel to that next level. And Sam has really, really been loving all the comments that have come in, and she deserves it, rightfully so, because, what they've done is freaking amazing. So well done, Sam. And Coco says, any thoughts on why BB has the battle back for evicted house guests on some seasons but not on others? I do. I will answer that in a second. I loved how Zay was full-chested about getting Rachel out. Big Brother is arguably one of the hardest TV competitions to play and even harder to win. I hope these contestants know that. I think some of them do and some of them don't. Their heads are all over the space, and it's really going to come down to who can get their head in the game and who is going to be out the game before they do get their head in the game. But in regards to your question, yes, I can 100% answer that. They do battle backs when they feel like a house guest who is bringing in ratings has been booted. So then for an opportunity for them to come back into the game, they go, ooh, there's a battle back this year, and nobody bats an eyelid, that they disappear and don't do the battle back for years, and then it creates an opportunity for these people to come back. Or if there's a situation in which someone leaves or if someone gets expelled, then they're going to need somebody else in the game to make up for that week lost of somebody getting evicted. So therefore they run a battle back to bring another week of eviction into the house. It's pretty much as simple as that. It's very, very producery and not necessarily a strict game rule, as we know, because the battle back shows up when it wants to, or more so when production wants it to. But thank you so much, Coco Brown, for your question. Have an amazing day, my friend. Last but certainly not least, we've got the great David Cushmore. David sent in quite a long one. I'm going to throw it up on the screen right now. You can pause if you want to read through it, and I will answer David's question right this second. David, you never cease to amaze me with your intuition and takes on the game. Honestly, reading through your points there, you seem pretty spot on with every single one of those recommendations that you've made for those house guests, because yeah, I don't know. I just think there's so many mistakes that a lot of these house guests are making very early on, and what you've said there, I really couldn't have put it better myself. Like, why are these people not targeting Rachel? It's insane. It's really insane. And Jimmy, again, he does need to calm down. You're right. He needs to cool it. Ashley 100% needs to step it up. And I said that, you know. And Morgan again, like, I like the Morgan hype because she has the capabilities, and I feel like she's just waiting to be activated, and she's going to be off to the races. But yeah, thank you so much, David, and I love always what you say at the end about getting some M&Ms and some Starbucks, and I love the bit where you said get yourself a steak dinner and drink some wine on eviction night. That is the best thing anybody said to me all week. Thank you so much, David. I appreciate you for always supporting the channel. It's very, very kind. You're a staple in the super thanks section, and it wouldn't be the same without you, David. So thank you so much, my friend. But like I said, folks, that is all of your live feed updates for today, folks. If you thoroughly enjoyed this video, then please hit the subscribe button. I'm here every single day, so if you want a slice of this action for 20-30 minutes of your day every single day this summer and going into the fall, then make sure you hit the subscribe button. Everything you need to know is right here. I know everybody doesn't have all the time in the day to watch the feeds or watch a really long update, so I just want to deliver you all the information that you need to understand what is going on in this game, and also some analysis into it as well, because listen, when it comes to Big Brother, it's in my heart so deeply, and I could talk about it all freaking day. Like, if I ever bumped into any of you guys in public, don't be afraid to come up, say hi, because I will talk your ear off about Big Brother, and I'll be asking you who's your favourites and what your takes on the game are. So thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you all ever so much. If you could hit the like button on your way out if you haven't already, that would mean the world to me. But I hope that you're all staying safe, staying positive, and staying healthy out there, and remember to be kind to one another. But in the meantime, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, do all of that wonderful stuff. But until your next live feed update, I've been your host, Tom VASEY. Good night.